Hi besties and welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, I'm Sophia and I love reading romance books. So despite it being the middle of winter here in Australia, I thought it would be fun to give some summer romance recommendations because who doesn't love a summer read in the middle of winter? I know I do. I mean, it feels like a warm hug, okay? Plus half of the world is currently in summer, so I suppose that works too. So here is my massive stack of books, and yes, I have sticky notes on them to remind me what they're about and the tropes in them because I'm very forgetful. But yeah, let's get started, shall we? So my first recommendation is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I actually finished this book last night and let me tell you, I loved it. I gave it 4 stars. It is full of small town, grumpy sunshine, rom-com, boy falls first. Goodness, so good. It Happened One Summer follows Piper's journey of self-discovery and true love. Now, Piper, after throwing a massive revenge party, actually gets cut off from her stepfather's funds and gets basically sent to this tiny fishing town where her dad is from, and she's forced to sort of go on this journey of self-discovery. She renovates a bar, she meets Brendan. Now, Brendan is the fisherman, the captain actually, of the Delaware, and he works in the town of Westport, and he doesn't take particularly fondly to rich girls from LA. Brendan here is also a widower, which adds like a whole another dimension to the story, and it was just really amazing in this book seeing the character development. They both changed and compromised so much for each other, and I loved reading about it, so I highly recommend It Happened One Summer. So next up we have Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. I did actually thoroughly enjoy this book. It has a lot of After and Outer Banks vibes. It would have been a 4-star if there was an epilogue. I feel like it really could have benefited from an epilogue, but there just wasn't one, so this is a 3.75 star read for me. So there's sort of 4 main tropes for Good Girl Complex that I can think of, which is small town, good girl, bad boy, opposites attract, and a revenge plot. So our good girl heroine Mackenzie is actually in a long-term relationship, and after taking a gap year to work on her business has succumbed to her parents' nagging to go to college. Mackenzie and her family belong to the upper class kind of society of Avalon Bay called the Clones, whereas Cooper, Mr. Bad Boy Hero, belongs to the townies, which is kind of the lower class, the locals, you know what I mean. Now, a friendship actually blossoms between Mackenzie and Cooper, which threatens Mackenzie's little good girl attitude, her little good girl lifestyle, which causes quite a bit of drama, if I do say so myself. And there is cheating in this book. I just want to put that out there because I know some people don't like it. I didn't mind it. It was only a little bit. This is not me condoning cheating, by the way, just in the book. Yeah. Anyway, Good Girl Complex, I highly recommend. So next up on my list of summer reads is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I'm sure you all knew this one was coming, but it's literally just so good. The Unhoneymooners really pulls through on the summer vibes as Ethan and Olive, our main characters, are forced to go on a all-expenses paid trip to Hawaii together. So the general gist of the plot is that sworn enemies Olive and Ethan get forced to go on a honeymoon together. They each run into their boss and ex and are basically forced to fake date. But obviously it wouldn't be a romance if they didn't, you know, make a little connection while they're there. And yeah, I really like this book. It came through with all the good vibes. Yeah, I really recommend it if you haven't read this one yet. Next up, we have one of my favorite summer reads ever. It was just filled with so many good vibes, and this is The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walter. So this book is young adult, and it basically follows Meredith and Whit after they have a cute little meet cute at a family wedding. And I think it's very important to mention that the family wedding is actually taking place in this like beautiful vineyard on the beach. It's honestly an amazing setting. I love it so much. And throughout the book, a friendly or kind of unfriendly competition, a game of assassin, is taking place between the whole family. And it gets quite competitive, I will say, but it is such a fun read. I literally love it so much. I wish I could read this book again for the first time. And for all you Swifties out there, there's a lot of Taylor Swift references in this book, so I hope you do enjoy. Next up, we have my most recent 5-star read, Things We Never Got Over by Lacey Score. I love this book so much, and if you don't mind me, I'm gonna have to read all of the tropes off this sticky note because there's just so many of them. So we have small town romance, grumpy sunshine, found family, single parent, forced proximity, and I hate everyone in the world but you. Oh my God, this book is so good. Oh, it's full of such good vibes, and honestly the found family in this is amazing. So the general gist of this book is that Naomi has basically run away from her wedding. She left her ex at the altar pretty much, and she heads up to knock him out upon Tina, who is her twin sister's request. And spoiler, Tina's not a very nice lady. And so when Naomi arrives in knock him out, she kind of basically gets yelled at and screamed to get out of there because Tina has not left a very nice legacy. But long story short, Naomi basically gets stranded with Tina's daughter Waylay, and Knox, after being one of the ones to scream for her to leave, swoops into the rescue and is so protective, and I honestly just love this book so much. I highly recommend. Such good vibes. So last but not least, I actually have two books which I have not read. This is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid and Love in Other Words, again by Christina Lauren. My recommendations for both of these books are coming solely from Goodreads on Instagram, and I have seen a whole lot of them, let me tell you. Malibu Rising is actually set in the 70s/80s, I think. Not modern day, and it basically takes place over a 24-hour period leading up to a house burning down. So it follows a famous family who are having a massive celebration for the end of summer, and yeah, it basically just follows the 24 hours afterwards where a lot of secrets and secret loves are revealed. And yeah, so if you like slow burn family drama, a beach surfy setting, I would highly recommend this to you. And then we have Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. This one follows Macy and Elliot, and they are actually, so it goes from a childhood friends to, I think it's enemies, and then to lovers. So basically Macy and her dad, after Macy's mum died, they go on, I think it's like a little summer trip, or they move houses or something, and Elliot is the next door neighbor. So obviously a friendship blooms between these two kids, and they eventually end up as boyfriend and girlfriend, and they spend the summer together, and it's just good vibes. But they have a little falling out, and 11 years later they meet again, both with very different perspectives of what went down, and obviously they go back to lovers because it's a romance book. But yeah, Love in Other Words just sounds so good, and I cannot wait to read it. Oh, I want all the summer vibes. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I managed to provide you with some new summer reads to either keep you cold during the winter or to go and lay on the beach and enjoy. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Follow my bookstore if you're feeling generous. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!